Watch what they do and not what they say. I want to paint a picture for you guys right now. I want you to think back to September of 2017. Bitcoin's price at that time? Well, Bitcoin in September of 2017 was trading for between $3,000 and $4,500 the whole month. So really think back to that time, September 2017. We were in a bull market. But more than that, many people for the first time were hearing about Bitcoin and they were considering buying Bitcoin at prices between $3,000 and $4,000. September 2017, Jamie Dimon, the CEO of JP Morgan Chase, puts himself on record and says, Bitcoin is a fraud, it will blow up. He claimed that cryptocurrency is only fit to be used by drug dealers, murderers, and people living in North Korea. Now, in a different interview that same month, I guess he was going on an anti-Bitcoin press tour or something, the same guy, Jamie Dimon, CEO of JP Morgan Chase, comes out again and says that anybody who buys or trades Bitcoin at my company will be fired in a second. Again, Bitcoin's price was between $3,000 and $4,500 the whole month. Watch what they do and not what they say. Because today, now we're 3 years later, the recent news is this. June 12th, 2020, JP Morgan says that Bitcoin's crash survival shows that it has staying power. Bitcoin just took its first test, and according to JP Morgan Chase & Co., it got mostly positive results. And this is, of course, on top of all the other news that's come out within the past 2 years. For instance, February of 2019, JP Morgan Chase this month became the first U.S. bank to create and successfully test a stablecoin, the JPM coin, based on blockchain technology, enabling the instantaneous transfer of payments between institutional clients. Then, of course, more recently, in May of 2020, JP Morgan is now banking with prominent Bitcoin and cryptocurrency exchanges. This is just the tip of the iceberg, ladies and gentlemen. Watch what they do and not what they say. The fact is that there's a lot of things that are going on behind the scenes that allow the rich to get richer and the poor to stay ignorant. You remember this, right? Summer of 2018. So before we even knew about a lot of the stuff I just mentioned, secrets were revealed in this video. Glenn Beck and Tika Tiari in the 2018 video divulge some secrets. Within this video, you will find out the truth regarding elites in Bitcoin, institutions in cryptocurrency, smart money versus dumb money, and the overarching theme to watch what they do and not what they say. Before I play this clip, is everything that they say in this clip 100% true? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I can't confirm everything. Now, a lot of it has been proven true, so you tell me what's true and what's not. I think most of this is true, and this is an extraordinary reminder of what actually happens behind the scenes. This is a 5-minute clip. Watch every minute of it. Most people do not realize that this stuff happens. Like the video, share it everywhere you can.
On September 12th, Jamie Dimon says Bitcoin is a fraud. He says he'll fire any one of his traders buying Bitcoin. Bitcoin drops 24%. When Jamie Dimon speaks, people listen. People listen. So that weekend, we found out that the largest buyer of a Bitcoin fund that's in Europe that buys physical Bitcoin, right? The largest buyer was Morgan Stanley and JP Morgan. And that's not illegal.
He says it's a fraud.
It says he'll fire anyone that buys it. Yes.
And at the same time, his company is buying it.
His company is buying it.
It's just, so unethical.
Right.
Okay, George Soros.
George Soros, in January 24th, price was already down, calls Bitcoin a bubble, says Bitcoin is the worst, the worst investment in the world. Don't buy Bitcoin. Don't buy Bitcoin. Basically throws gasoline on the fire at this point. And then what do we find out? So he says bubble here.
It drops 44%.
Right. And then here in April, 2 months later, guess what we find out?
Yeah.
His $26 billion family office has approval to buy cryptocurrency.
Right. And we only knew about it publicly here. And
yes.
this is the kind of thing that George Soros is famous for this, talking the sterling down.
Yeah.
And what did he do? He stole the pensions of all the little people.
Yeah, made $1 billion.
Yeah. Okay.
So then here now, Goldman Sachs, this, again, February 7th, most cryptocurrencies will crash to zero. Now, I remember when they said this in February, and I had, through my network, I knew that Goldman Sachs was setting up a crypto trading desk. Absolutely knew they were setting up a crypto trading desk. And
I remember you telling me that.
Right. And then, of course, they were denying it. No, we're not. No, we're not. No, we're not. Price falls down 27%. And then what do we find out? We find out here, they say BTC 0. And then we find out just before May, new trading desk. Not only that, they put $400 million to buy a cryptocurrency trading platform. Okay, so February 7th, it's all going to zero. May, we just spent $400 million just on a flyer.
And they're not the only ones.
No. So you have a lot of institutions that are coming. You had Christine Lagarde from the IMF come out. And this was, what's funny about this, Glenn, is it was all around the same time. It was almost like I can't prove collusion, but, you know, it walks like a duck, it quacks like a duck.
And you know what?
It's probably a duck.
The people, they all hang out together, they all think alike. It doesn't have to be calling each other.
Yeah.
They know this game.
Yes. So IMF, Christine Lagarde says in the first part of the year, says all central banks should band together against cryptocurrency. Right. Have you ever heard her say all banks should band together against illegal arms?
No.
Or illegal drugs?
No.
Or human trafficking?
No.
No. But this nascent asset class, we must all join arms against.
What this did was play into people's heads that these guys are never going to let Bitcoin survive.
Right.
And so people thought, this is over.
Selling. Yeah.
So let me show you, can we show a chart of the 5 crashes? This is from, I think...
Last year, right?
Last year,
yeah.
Okay? Do we have that chart of the 5 crashes of Bitcoin?
Right. It was 30%. Right. I think 4 of them were 30% and 1 was 40%.
And this is, here it is. Explain this chart. Those are Amazon crashes.
So these are Amazon.
Do you have Bitcoin?
Yeah, we need the Bitcoin chart.
We are
all right, they'll come up later. Okay. Yeah. So what I want to talk about now is one of the key lessons I learned from being involved in the market so long is rather than listening to what people are saying, look at what they are doing.
Correct. So
this is what we should look at, and this is what I want people to focus on now. Billionaire hedge fund manager Stephen Cohen, who's worth between $12 to $14 billion, by far the smartest hedge fund manager in the world, I would say of the last century, is buying Bitcoin. $6,800, buying Bitcoin. Mark Lazary, Avenue Capital Group, worth about $1.7 billion, has put 1% of his net worth into Bitcoin at around this price, $7,500. Andreessen Horowitz.
Mark Andreessen.
That's right, Mark Andreessen. An early investor in Airbnb, Skype, Facebook, just launched and Coinbase, just launched a $300 million fund. Wellington Capital, they have $1 trillion in assets, are starting to get involved in Bitcoin futures. Susquehanna, the 12th largest trading firm by volume, they now have their own Bitcoin custody department, their own trading department, and they're trading Bitcoin and Ethereum. Goldman Sachs, this new CEO, David Solomon, the most pro-Bitcoin / cryptocurrency guy on Wall Street. The most pro
Goldman Sachs.
Goldman Sachs. He's the new CEO. He's coming into power shortly. BlackRock, this announcement just came out, the world's biggest asset manager. Now, last year, Larry Fink says, oh, you know what cryptocurrency and Bitcoin's good for? Money laundering and drug dealers. Right? So again, if you look at what he's saying, you're going to sell your Bitcoin, right? You're going to say, oh, this is all BS. But guess what is happening now? They're going to launch an ETF. They're looking at an exchange-traded fund that will allow anybody with a brokerage firm to make it as easy as hitting a buy button to go out and buy Bitcoin. So you've got to look at this preponderance of evidence, right? All these people are already wealthy. All these people care about their reputation. If Bitcoin is such a trashy asset, why are all these people getting involved?
And I can't say it any better than that. I mean, we have countless examples of that happening with Bitcoin over the past 3 years. The same thing happens in, the real world all the time. This is just the way people work. And the same thing is happening with Bitcoin. And we have some proof. There's a lot we don't know. But I'm betting on Bitcoin and I'm betting on cryptocurrency, and that's why I have this channel. And if you got value in this video, make sure you give it a like. But more than that, share this video on social media. Send it to a friend. Be like, hey, I know that you're unsure about this stuff, but just check this out. Tell me what you think. Anyways, guys, that is it for me today, my friends. My name is Aaron at Altcoin Daily. See you tomorrow.